I first met Rhonda in late 1995. I was a raging out of control alcoholic. I had been drinking incessantly since I was 15. I had tried everything. I had been court committed to detoxes, to halfway houses, and I'd gone through all that. I had a great familiarity with AA, and nothing seemed to staunch the craving. I had a ferocious craving for alcohol, particularly whiskey. And I had pretty much resigned myself to a short life of horrific drinking. I had given up hope because I felt I had exhausted every possibility, and that I was probably going to drink myself to death. Every area of my life was suffering from the onerous addiction of alcohol. Physically, I don't think I could have drank too many more years without doing irreparable damage to my kidneys and to my liver. I sometimes suffered from seizures because by the end of my drinking I was pretty much physically addicted to whiskey. I mean, I routinely would wake up, I'd have a whiskey bottle right by the side of my bed, and instead of a glass of water, I'd be reaching for the whiskey. It was one of the first things I consumed in the morning. I used to drink whiskey in the shower. It definitely altered, my mental, my emotional health. I was a wreck. I was a very unbalanced, morbid person. I guess on my best days I was somber. Towards the end of my drinking, I had become a recluse. I drank alone because I had so alienated pretty much everyone in my life. And there was no joy in my life, no enthusiasm for anything. My first impression coming in was doubt that was augmented by kind of disdain for what I felt was kind of a new agey atmosphere. And instead of maybe being more open-minded, I was very kind of closed-minded and was judging in that aspect. When Rhonda first brought me into the room to speak to her, I felt intimidated. I felt intimidated being in Rhonda's presence for a while because I instantly recognized, without really understanding it, that I was in the presence of someone who was on a higher plane than myself. And I was particularly struck by her eyes. I felt like her eyes were looking right through me, and I felt vulnerable. I felt a bit ashamed because I felt like she knew everything about me. Whether that's accurate or not, I don't know. It's just how I felt. I was just so dazzled and overwhelmed by the whole experience. And immediately coming out of it, I believed. I knew that it was the real thing and that I was the great fortunate recipient of, a transformative experience. I have not had a craving now in 12 years and 10 months. I have not had a craving, nor have I had a drink during that time. I completely, unhesitatingly believe in the power of what she does. What I'd like to say to the suffering alcoholic or whatever other problem, addiction you may have is, I implore you to give Rhonda a try. It will be one of the best decisions, if not the best decision you've made in your life. Because not only, I'm convinced, not only will she be able to alleviate and eradicate your addiction, but there's a greater dimension to it. I feel that she will help you to unlock your full potential. I feel that most of us, including myself, have boundless, vast, unrealized potential that for different reasons we just can't access. Some people are blessed and they do have that access. And I feel that that's another dimension of her work, is that I think she puts you, on a path to great self-discovery, that you will, where you can embrace the world, engage with the world, and be transfixed with wonder at the world at large and with yourself. My life in the last 12 years, 10 months, has proved immeasurably beyond anything I could have hoped for or dreamt for. By being released from the imprisonment, the shackles of alcoholism, I immediately started to travel around the world. And I feel it's just been, one thing is kind of beautifully segued into another. I feel that by traveling in so many countries, it's humbled me as a person. I've learned so much. I've been blessed to be part of so many fabulous adventures and met so many inspiring people. It also kind of ignited this, vigorous, kind of salubrious engagement with activities such as trekking in the mountains in the Himalayas, and in other places around the world, the Andes Mountains, whitewater rafting. I tried mountain climbing. I tried paragliding in Colombia. I'm going to be, in about 6 weeks from now, I'll be in Turkey. I've never done, ridden in a hot air balloon, and that's something I've always wanted to do. So I really think that it's ignited, seeing Rhonda, a drive, a passion to kind of engage more fully with the world, to really just be all I can be. How I feel towards Rhonda and Barry, I don't think words can convey. I mean, I'm humbled. In fact, I feel that a great lesson out of all this is I try to learn more humbleness. I believe it's important. Anything I can do, within my powers to help them to, advance their great work, I feel it's an honor to do. I feel that I'm a great representative of the treatment, of its its efficiency, of its kind of coruscating power, and yeah, they're just outside of my parents. I probably trust them more than anyone else in the world, which is about the highest honor I can bestow on anybody.